Introduction to computer programming.
Computer program. It is a setup of step-by-step instructions that a computer uses to perform a task. Computer programming. It is the process of writing computer programs. Programming language. This is a predefined set of symbols used to write computer instructions.
Description of terms used in programming.
Source code. These are the instructions written in a particular programming language. Object code. This is the source code that has been converted to machine-readable form. Translators. A translator is a program that converts source code into object code. They are categorized as assemblers, interpreters, and compilers.
Assemblers are programs that translate programs written in assembly language into machine language. Interpreters are programs that translate the source program line by line, allowing the CPU to execute one line before translating the next. Compilers are programs that translate the entire source program into object code. Levels of programming languages.
Low-level languages. They are the programming languages that are easily understood by the computer because they require little or no translation into object code. These programming languages are categorized into two types: first-generation language, that is machine language, and second-generation language, that is assembly language. Machine language or first-generation language. This is a language where the instructions are written in binary code. Each statement in the binary program corresponds to one machine action. Assembly language or second-generation language. This is a language that is written using both shortened words, that is mnemonics, and binary codes. Assembly codes are translated into machine language using a program called assembler before they are executed. Advantages and disadvantages of low-level languages. Advantages of low-level languages are they are faster to execute because they need little or no high-level languages. These are programming languages. Low-level languages. They are the programming languages that high-level languages. These are programming languages that are closer to the human language. These programming languages are of four types: third-generation languages, 3GLs, fourth-level programming languages, 4GLs, object-oriented programming languages, OOP, and web scripting programming languages. Program development.
Program is developed using the following stages: problem recognition, problem definition, program design, program coding, testing and debugging, and program implementation.
Stage 1. Problem recognition. In this stage, a problem is identified and its magnitude expressed. It is important to be very keen in this stage as each detail affects the next stages. The circumstances that can cause a programmer to identify a problem are opportunity to improve the current system, a new directive by the management or government, and problems or undesirable situations that prevent an organization from achieving its purpose. Stage 2. Problem definition. This stage tasks the analyst to understand and interpret a particular problem. In this stage, the analyst sets the objectives of the new program and determines the scope or boundaries of the new program. Stage 3. Program design. This is a stage where an analyst uses a suitable algorithm to depict a program's logic. An algorithm is a definite number of logical steps followed to solve a particular problem. Some of the tools used to design algorithms include flowcharts, pseudocode, entity relation diagrams, that is ERD, decision trees, data flow diagrams, that is DFD, and decision tables. Stage 4. Program coding. This is a stage where the programmer converts the program design into program source code using an appropriate programming language. Stage 5. Program testing and debugging. This involves going through the program so as to identify the correct errors. Program testing is running the program using test data so as to evaluate if the program generates the expected output. In case of unexpected output, the program is corrected, that is, debugged. Types of errors or bugs encountered during program testing. There are two common types of errors encountered during program testing, namely syntax errors and logical errors. Stage 5, Implementation. This is a stage where the computer programmer delivers the program to the client and then installs it in the computers. It also involves training the client on how to use the program.
Documentation. Program documentation involves writing support material about the program. Some of these support materials explain how the program can be used, how the program can be installed by operators, and other technical details about the program that can assist other programmers should they want to modify the program. It is very necessary to develop documentation for all stages involved in the program development. Note that documentation should be done at every stage. Definition and development of algorithms.
Pseudocode. Pseudocode is defined as a set of statements written in a human-readable language to express the processing logic of a program. There are no set of rules for writing the pseudocode. When writing a pseudocode, you must use consistent language and syntax so that it can be properly understood by the programmer and any other person.
Flowcharts. A flowchart is a diagrammatic representation of a program's processing logic. It uses symbols and short statements that describe various activities. Program flowcharts are designed using various symbols that represent different operations. This flowchart shows the sequence of steps followed when opening a word processing package. This is flowchart for a program that prompts the user to enter two numbers, calculates sum, average, and grade. The program control structures are a set of statements that determine how a program is executed. They are also defined as a set of statements in programming that allows the programmer to control the flow of the program. There are three program control structures, namely sequence, selection, and looping, which is also sequence. In sequence control structure, the statements are executed one by one in consecutive order. It involves linear execution of statements in a program. Selection. Selection control structure is used when the program is to make a decision based on a condition that is either true or false.
Iteration or looping. This is a program control structure that allows a program to repeatedly execute a set of statements until a certain condition is met. There are three categories of looping control structures, namely while, do, repeat until, for, loop.
For example, a teacher entering students' end-term marks in their report, he or she will continue entering the marks until all entries for each student are finished.